Chris. Check it out. Feel the rhythm on the bass mark. Better feel the rhythm on the bass mark. Hip and the woman come the wrong one. That's me. Jumping up.
Hey y'all, it's me, Adisa Rains, and I am here with my guest, Omar. And listen, y'all, tonight on Fix It Jesus. Listen, I had to change the name because some of the problems that we're gonna be talking about tonight, only Black Jesus can fix these problems. Only Black Jesus, okay? So tonight we're gonna be talking.
Oh, I'm sorry. You said black. I thought you were talking about me.
You know what, Omar? You are gonna be my Black Jesus tonight. You're gonna be Black Jesus tonight because I have been praying to white Jesus for a long time, and white Jesus wasn't fixing these damn problems. So I need to pray to Black Jesus now, and we're gonna see what Black Jesus got to say about it. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. So tonight, here's what we're talking about, ladies. We're talking about the pain of how it feels when we consistently sow into a man. Let's say we help them get their business off the ground. Let's say we help them raise their children. We help them get their credit fixed, that kind of stuff. You know what I'm talking about. And when we do all that, invest all of our years doing that kind of thing, and then they run off with another woman. Any of y'all ever felt the pain of that? Anybody ever built a man from the flow up? Built him from scratch, like his mama sent him to us with no training wheels, no diapers, no nothing. And we built him from scratch for him to go off and marry a skeezer. Yes, that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. There is pain associated with that. I know that that's something that I have gone through myself, right? And I wanted to know, like, first of all, from Omar, somebody said, "Hey, Omar."
Hey, what's going on? How
Hey,
you doing?
yeah. Hey, Omar. Okay, so we want to know,
Good to be
Omar,
back.
first of
Thank you.
all, fix it, Jesus. Listen, why do men do that? Why do they stay with women for years and allow women to build them when they know that their purpose is to eventually leave anyway? Help us to understand that.
First and foremost, thank you for the honor and privilege it is to be on this platform. I want to thank you and Alpha. Y'all just doing y'all thing. I love it so much. Yeah, let's dive into that. Why do women build up men knowing that at some point they may leave them? That's the question, right? Well, here's the deal. At some point, they really are kind of like either they're delusional, number one,
Wait, who's delusional, Omar?
the woman, if she thinks the man's not going to leave. I'm saying no. You know,
Okay, Jesus, say it. Say it then.
okay, because let's look at it. I'm gonna paint the picture. You meet a guy. You know he's struggling. You know he's struggling. So since you know he's struggling, you have options. Should I be like the female version and have the messianic complex and save him? Or should I leave him to his own devices and let him grow up and face hardship like a man and figure it out? But most women want to save. So what you end up doing is you end up parenting a man until he's ready to partner with another woman. So you're really raising him to be the man that you would want him to be for you. In reality, you're also raising him to be the best man for the next woman.
Did y'all hear that, ladies?
But also in the process, he's breaking you down, not being able to trust the next man that comes in. Because that's normally around the time where you meet the right guy, when you've exhausted all possibilities, you bankrupt emotionally, mentally, you're shot, emotionally, you just can't do anything right. And then you meet this guy and you're like, oh God, he's everything I want. But I can't deal with him right now because I'm stuck on stupid over here. And that's what tends to happen.
Did you say stuck on stupid?
He's stuck on stupid.
Stuck on stupid. Okay, Omar, what you're saying is making a whole lot of sense. So what he's saying, ladies, is that we have to take accountability. We have to take accountability of about who we choose to channel our love to. Because when these men come to us, like he said, they're broke down and like they don't got their shit together and they know it. They absolutely know it. Right now, when they come to us, we have a decision to make. We can say, like Omar said, let them grow up and be a goddamn man. Or we can do, and he said it, not me. He said it, y'all. I ain't said it. He said that we can act like delusional women. That's what he said, y'all. He said we can act like delusional women and help these busters when they have not grown up. And he's right. He's absolutely right. We have a choice, and we have to take accountability for that. We can either say we are going to choose to wait for a man to come to us, or we can say we can choose to parent a little boy hoping that he will eventually become a man for us. And Omar said it. He said what we're essentially doing is preparing these men for women. Now, help us to understand the psychology. Help us to understand the psychology. If a woman has sown, shouldn't she reap the benefit of that man? Is that not how that works, Omar?
Yes or no. I mean, yes, if you really know that man and that man is really in love with you, then you will reap the benefits. But if you really don't know what you're getting into, like if you're healing trauma from his childhood, if you're healing emotions from his last relationship, and he's not really as invested as you are, then you're not going to reap. You're not at all. I mean, sometimes you
Right
got to
there.
remember, you sow your seeds on some ground, some stony, some, dirty, some, in good field. But you got to remember where you're sowing your seeds, because if you're a woman nurtures and she produces. So if a woman nurtures and produces, what makes you think that you're going to sow all your goodness on a man who's not ready to take it? And if he is ready to take it, he's ready to take it in a stage where he's willing to do whatever it takes to keep you until he feels like he's above you, and then he's going to try to leave you at that point, because he's going to feel like, oh, well, I've been here. All right, I got to take what she say no more. I'm a man now. No, you're not a man yet. You're not. You're still being raised pretty much. It's just the fact that you feel like you've reached that level where you don't need to be attached to her, and you want to attach to something that you feel like you can dominate at this point.
I love that. Let's stop right there, Omar. Let's stop right there, because one of the reasons, now I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm in my prime. And I can't keep the young men away from me. I can't. They be coming for me left and right. They be coming for me left and right. Don't do your mouth like that, Omar. I'm gonna speak my piece, okay? I'm
I
gonna
said
speak my
that.
piece, okay?
I want you to speak.
Okay, you gonna hear my piece, okay?
I want
So
you
they
to
be coming
speak.
for me, y'all, and I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it because I like it. And one of the things that I do like about younger men is that they do listen to what the fuck I gotta say. They do. They listen.
So I asked the question, are you wanting to parent a man, or are you wanting to partner with a man?
Okay, can I finish saying my piece before you try to just call out my business like that? You know what? You're gonna
Just
be a
minding
irritating.
my business, just
I
minding
can
my business.
I can tell you're gonna be an irritating brother. I can just sense it in right now, but I'm gonna love you either which way, okay? You're gonna be an irritating brother-in-law. But anyway, so one of the things that uh turned me off when it came to men, and it didn't matter what age they were. It did not matter. When I know that I'm speaking intuitive wisdom, and I know that I'm speaking wisdom that's going to upgrade him, and he refuses to listen, that is a huge monumental turnoff for me. It's like you know so much that you can't learn from me anymore. And if you can't learn from me anymore, you're not a partner at all. At all. That's how I see that, right? It's like, well, what a woman doesn't have wisdom?
It's not that a woman doesn't have wisdom. Did he want to be a partner, or was he looking for somebody to feed off of until he grew up to the stage that he needed to be?
Um,
He
well,
partnered with you long enough to get what he needed. So in other words, he was a leech, and he wasn't the man that should be there.
okay, hold on one second. It's an unpaid boot camp university that we as a woman has been employed to do the job of grooming him for the next. Okay, I see
Come
that.
on,
Um,
Valencia.
I like that. You're the mother for them. They want you to teach them. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. She's absolutely right about that. Now, for most of my life, I have dated men that were much older than me, like 8 years, 10 years, that kind of thing. And there is security that comes with that. They're going to be more consistent. They're going to know things about credit. They're going to know things about, maintaining a household. They're going to know those things. And I enjoyed that. The part of that I did not enjoy was the fact that because I was younger, my wisdom was not valued. My wisdom was not valued. Okay. And that became a pet peeve of mine. Like, seriously, right? So, what I found is that, yeah, it was attractive when I could speak and a man could just listen. Not necessarily that I'm really talking to him, because I teach for a living. And I'm not married to all men, but when I speak, wise men do listen to me. And I find that to be attractive. The worst thing for me is to speak and a man doesn't hear anything that I say. So are what you're saying is that when a man is ready to be a partner, he will listen. Is that what you're saying?
That is true.
Okay.
He will listen.
Okay. So I think my thing was I didn't really find too much of that in the men that I was attracting while I was dating older men.
But you
I
gotta
think
you gotta remember the energy that you're giving off. You're giving off that mother energy. You're giving off that wife energy. You're giving off that, I can get it, about it type energy. So the people that you attract are from all types.
that's
So you
true.
just have to know, you have to govern yourself accordingly. And you got to remember when rising in ranks and levels and energies, you have to guard and know the boundaries in which you're allowing people into, because not everybody should be able to taste the nectar of the goddess.
I agree. I
At
agree.
some
Let me.
point, they have to check this. You have to check those people at the gate.
So what Omar just said, ladies, is when you have goddess energy, you don't necessarily just give off one particular type of energy. You might just give off sex energy. I give off a lot of sex energy, but I also give off a lot of teacher energy. I also give off a lot of mother energy. I also give off a lot of crazy bitch energy. There's a lot of stuff going on up in here. It really, really is. But in order to access me, what I did is I created a heart-centered system. Because what I'm not going to do is be one version of myself and stay in one box for a man forever. Because I'm going to outgrow it.
Well,
I'm like,
true.
yeah, I
True.
change.
If a man is going to be with you, he should automatically know off the back. This is any man. This is speaking to any man across the board. The reason for the rise in divorces is because men are not evolving as fast as women are. And most men don't want to hear that, but it's like this. You cannot take a tiger and put it in a cage at a very young age and expect it not to grow, and not, more importantly, not expect it to have that fierce energy in it where it wants to be wild and roam free. The best thing a man can do is to earn and learn his woman, but also know where she is and where she's going. So if you're mentally connected to her, you know that she's also evolving, and it's your job to evolve too. Really, what you want to do is evolve ahead of her, because if she sees that you can evolve ahead of her and that she can come to you and talk to you and you can teach her something and she can teach you something, and it's a mutual understanding and there is a complementing because of the comprehension, then you guys are great. But a lot of men stop at stupid while the women go on to glory.
I like that. I like that. And I really like how you spoke about complementary traits. Complementary traits, because for me, that's what makes relationships exciting.
Hmm.
It's because I don't want to be good at everything. Sometimes I just want to be human. I just want to be human and I want to fuck up. Like right before this call, I be fucking up all the goddamn time. I be saying shit and I ain't supposed to say nothing like that because I be offending people and I'm not trying to offend them. I be fucking like Omar, you see how I talk, you see how offensive I can be. But if you know me, you know it's all love.
It's only offensive to those that ain't ready for that type of level. That's all. You gotta
See,
remember, everybody, you have to remember, you can be yourself, but not everybody's ready for you. And it's not for you to check yourself, it's for them to check why do I not like this thing in this person, or why do I not like this energy in this person? We're so busy trying to check the other person that we refuse to look in the mirror and check ourselves, because you gotta remember, when you're pointing, you still got 3 or 4 looking back at you saying you might want to check yourself first.
I like that. I like that. I like that a lot. So, Omar, when we raise these men,
Mhm.
you said that there was a possibility, because I am sure that when women are investing in men, they actually believe that these men love them.
Mhm.
I know that you think they delusional, but they might actually believe that these men love them, and what they're doing is they're taking a gamble. They're taking a risk, okay? Because with great risk, there is great reward. But what you're saying is not true with men. With men, that shit is not true. Is that what you're saying?
No, men do the same thing. We take a gamble too on some broken women. But you got to remember, when a woman is taking a gamble on a broken man, it's a whole different ballgame. Because
Let's talk about it.
that man, if a woman got me 20 years ago, yeah, the man I am now, she wouldn't have been able to hold me. Because once a man reaches a level where he begins to evolve and women cannot go back and experience ever, mentally, emotionally, financially, sexually. If y'all get some good dick, guess what? If you get a piece of dick that's bad, you're gonna be mad at that bad dick, because you know you can go get something else. If you got a guy that treats you like a goddess, and then you meet this dude that's a scrub, that he he don't even want to even take you out to Ruth Chris, but he talking about he wants the draws all the time. You're gonna look at him and be like, you can't even take me to a decent place. Let's talk about the dude with the conversation. He always talking about, rap videos and what's going on. This person got shot, but you trying to engage in enlightenment and understand him as a person. He want him to embody that king goddess, that king status, and understand who you are as a queen, but also understand that you have levels that you're rising. And he needs to get into that. See, this is where you're unequally yoked and matched. So this is where the problem lies, because a woman's not going to go back and experience. So when a man experiences growth and evolution, he actually pushes himself to be better. Then and only then can that type of relationship work. But he has to make the conscious choice that he wants to be better. She can't push him, because if you're pushing him, he's no longer a partner. He's somebody you're parenting.
That's good. Listen, y'all need to take notes on that shit. I'm gonna go ahead and write that myself down, because I am a little pushy.
It's okay to be a little pushy, but you're only a little pushy when you realize that they really want this and they're really moving in that direction. Like if they're trying to grow, like say for instance, I get with somebody and her and I, she is evolved more than I am.
Yeah.
If I love that woman, I'm going to chase that woman mentally, emotionally, spiritually. I'm going to connect with her. But also at the same time, if she has that patience to wait on me, and I really love this woman, it's not my job to get there and be like, okay, well, I think I've mastered her. Fellas, you will never master a woman, no matter how hard you try. It might be good to her in the bedroom, but you can best believe she might have had better. But it's great to her at this moment because she's in love with you. Your job is to keep her remaining in love with you, so the sex can be greater and greater, so the experience can be greater and greater every time. Because you can make her nut, but the orgasms, they come with growth. That's why you got to earn that orgasm. She's just not going to give it to you.
I absolutely love that. We have a comment here, and somebody said that you dropped the mic. I want to go back to that comment that you made, that if you are pushing him, you are parenting him. Mm-hmm. That was great right there. That was great right there. Here's the thing. And I want you to kind of expound on it a little bit, because I know that I've had this problem myself. When I love something, I tend to have a nasty habit of seeing what they can be. That's a nasty habit. Oh, it's horrible. It's horrible.
You're not alone.
Huh?
You're not alone.
Yeah,
I got
nasty habit. It's a horrible habit. It's a horrible habit. I see who they can be, and then I'm like, oh my God, you should just go ahead and develop yourself. Do you want me to help develop you, instead of loving who they are right now? Like, I end up falling in love with, like, I'll love that version I'll love that version that's in front of me, because that's going to be the initial attraction in the first place. But because I have a lot of masculine energy myself, and masculine energy tends to fix. It tends to fix, right? So when I see that you have great potential, I'm going to be like, oh shit, okay, let's develop it. And that's not just with men. That's with my children. That's with my sister. That's with my mama, my daddy. I'm always trying to upgrade somebody. And I'm beginning to see that people don't want to be upgraded. People just want to be accepted as they are. And they're saying, if I have to change, then you don't love me. And for me, and the type of person that I am, if you don't change, you die. So for me, it's always about, well, what's the next stage? Let's evolve. Like, because if you don't evolve, you die. So I equate growth with love. So when I love a man, I push him towards growth, but I do understand that can come off as unattractive to a man. So
yeah, it can come unattractive to a male, that recognizes your heart and recognizes what you're really trying to do. They'll try to work with you. They will. But it's going to take them to be able to open up to you and have that right communication with you and that connection. Because as long as you have communication, you have connection. With the connection, it leads to understanding, which is comprehension. From the comprehension, you begin to complement each other. Those are the four. Those four C's are very, very powerful, very, very potent. And most women, 95% of women fall in love with potential, not even ever seeing the promise of a man.
Why do you think, Omar, as women, why do you think we do that shit?
You like that raw shit.
What? We like what?
You like that raw, edgy shit. You like something that, you feel like you can fix, you can touch, you can put your hands on, be like, I see that promise in that one right there. And you can see the promise in him, but he has to see the promise within himself. And the problem is when you guys come along with the potential, you guys are fixing it and fixing it, fixing. But the thing about it is, you putting everything in him that other women like. Let's go to a movie. Let's go to a movie. A thin line between love and hate.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about Bobby Brown's character. In the beginning, he had what? Jerry curl, buck teeth. Old girl fixed him up, and he became Pretty Ricky.
I remember that.
And all that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then after he became Pretty Ricky, she began to have what? Issues out of him.
That was on Two Can Play This Game, but I know what you're talking about.
No, that was on that one too.
Okay.
Bobby Brown was on that. That was on I know what you two can play this game. Mm-hmm. That's with Morris Chestnut. But I know which one you're talking about. Yeah, because that was on that one too. But right. You got this guy where he is not ready to better himself. He feels like I can just go through the motions and be cool and I'll be fine and get the bottom litter. I get the stuff off the bottom. I'm a bottom feeder. But then something comes along that's a top feeder and recognizes the potential and tries to pull him up. But when that person adapts, you're still a bottom feeder. You just have adapted to what top feeders do, but you're still a bottom feeder. And most men do that until they really grasp the concept of, because let's be real, most men, once you bring them up to that level of top feeding, they normally leave you for a bottom feeder chick.
God, okay, I'm going to throw something. Look, Omar, yes, absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. Now, go ahead and smell your wine, Omar, because this is the part that makes me want to murder them. It makes me want to murder them because, especially, listen, Omar, I am a Black woman. My favorite preference of penis is Black penis. It really is my favorite goddamn shit. I don't like it either. I feel like I'm going to start being allergic or some shit, but I do. But I do. I love it. It's like, oh, I just love it so much. But anyway, listen, that's my favorite kind, right? So one of the things that I hear from men is that nobody helps the Black man. Nobody. It's so hard in these streets for the Black man. Ain't nobody trying to help us. Ain't nobody trying to understand us. And I'm like, hold up now. Hold up. Because there are so many women that are trying to give you a helping hand up, and then you go and you treat them like shit. So it makes me angry because it's like, you a bad bet. You're not a risk that I should take. If I invest in your stock, your rate of return ain't gonna deliver back to me. You are bad stock. And I don't like saying that about men that look like me.
Well,
that's hard for me.
I mean, you gotta understand, most men that look like me don't want to better themselves. And I mean, I'm just gonna keep it 100. I mean, because I remember talking to the gentleman on one of the lives that we had, and he was asking about how to gain more masculine energy.
Yes.
You got to work on you. Because I told him, I said, I was raised around women. So, I mean, at the end of the day, did I have feminine energy? I did in my younger years. But as I got older, I began to realize that's not working for me. I need masculine energy. Yeah. But there's enough hardships and enough understanding, even, to the point where you go to the gun range, you go camping, you start doing things that are going to show you what hardship of a man is and what this world really is. Like a man goes camping, like I would tell any guys that you deal with, camping is essential. It need to be some brothers that go camping and they really understand the experience of surviving in the wilderness. Because when you begin to understand surviving in the wilderness, where you're not in the comfort of a bed, you're on a cot. And in that cot, you never know if you might wake up and a rattlesnake is sitting in the corner. You don't know if a bear is going to just be eating something. You see, these are the things that make you a man, because it's either fight or flight. See, these are the things that you have to understand. Even to the point where you start doing things around the house, like fixing things, You have to do manly stuff to get manly returns. If you're not investing in manly type energy, how do you expect to produce man type mannerisms? If you're not around real type men, how do you expect to understand what being a gentleman is or being a real man is? And when I say being around grown men pull out chairs, grown men open doors, grown men show you how to budget, grown men actually put you on to connections. But people who are males, they're not going to put you on the connections. They're going to complain about shit. They're going to talk about shit. They're going to talk about sex with another woman that they've been having, which you shouldn't be trying to do because a gentleman never tells. And then you actually have to understand that when you are with a grown woman, do you have the fucking conversation it's going to take to turn her mind out? Can you brain fuck her before you physically fuck her? That's the question. Because if I brain fuck you, we come in with poetry, we come in with morning text, we come in with sweet talk. I might call you in the middle of the day and say, hey, I was just thinking about what it would be like if you were sitting on my motherfucking face. That's all I want to do. You have a great day. That type of shit, nigga know I'm at work. He know I'm at fucking work. That's the shit that you want to do. I mean, This is just real talk. This is how we do things as men. We're supposed to be a little edgy. It's good to have balance, but you got to be edgy with your woman. You got to keep her on her toes. That's why you have so many women say, I want a divorce. I want to break up, because they get bored fast.
That's true. That's true. While I was married, Omar, that was one of the things that me and all of my married friends, we complained about. We were married, but marriage was so boring. It was so boring. And it seems like as soon as I got married, all of my energy, all of my consciousness was shoved into one role of being wife.
Mhm.
That was the capacity that I served in. And that wife stuff, it made me forget about being a woman. It became
Well,
about managing the house,
Mhm.
managing him, to be honest with you, Omar. It became about, and it wasn't like, this wasn't a young guy. This dude is he's 54 now. So this was not a young guy, but managing a man was a serious turnoff for me. And to be honest with you, at that point, I was trying to frost him off on other women so he could get out my face. Like, could you please go find a girlfriend? like, like, seriously, like, I had to really sit back and think about this. Why in the world did I enter polygyny so joyfully? And here's the truth, because I wanted him out my hair. It's like, for me, Omar, it was like, I'm dropping him off at the babysitter house. That's literally how it felt. And now, since I look back on it, I was like, God damn, Adisa, that was some shit. You actually love polygyny because you felt like you was dropping off your secondary kid to a babysitter.
Kind of
And
like
I was,
happens sometimes.
and you know what? Here's the crazy thing, Omar. I was so thankful for them. I would be sending my sister like, you want me to send you a box of chocolates so you can babysit him tonight? And I don't want to think that way about men. I really don't, because there has been men in my life now, not then, but in my life now, where I don't feel like I have to babysit them.
No, you
I
got a
don't.
lot of stuff. You got a lot of self-sufficient men. You got a
Yeah.
lot of us that are, emotionally balanced, understand hard work, understand what we like to do. We have our hobbies. We know when to leave you alone and then come tear your ass out of frame. We know when to do that. But I mean, when it comes to what you went through, a lot of women go through the same thing, but I blame the church for it. Because really and truly, when you start talking about helpmate, the man looks at you as a slave. You're supposed to cook, clean, fuck him when he wants to get fucked, wash the dishes, watch out for the kid, this and another. Oh, make sure his shit's done so he can go up and go to work in the morning. And then on top of that, you working too. So now you drained, you exhausted. So really, you got to look at it, Marriage is fine if that's what you want to do, but you have to set parameters, because just like he has freedom to do what he needs to do, you need freedom to do what you want to do, because it takes away from the essence of the woman that you are. And then you fall out of love with each other because he's no longer the man that's exciting anymore. And then you become the woman no longer that really chased him or made him feel like a man. So now you guys are disgruntled, and you shouldn't be disgruntled. You should be connecting and uniting. But the problem is you view each other as partners in a business instead of partners in a relationship. If you do this for me, I'm gonna do this for you. If you do this for me, I'm gonna do this for you. If you pay the bills, I'm gonna fuck you real good. You see what I'm saying? It shouldn't be an agreement.
How do you avoid that, Omar? How do you avoid marriage becoming a business? Because here's the truth. According to numbers, people that view their marriages as businesses, they typically do it to have some type of power, or to keep some type of money in a certain kind of family. And it is effective in order to keep money and power. But if you don't have any money and you don't have no power, then let's not do that. There has to be a different alternative.
Mm-hmm.
There has to be a different alternative. So what do you suggest for the woman that is saying, okay, I do not want to allow all of my essence to flow into
One man.
the box of just being a wife. I want to stay a goddess. I want to stay me. I don't want to lose myself in this relationship. What kind of alternative is there for her? Like, what would you label that? Like, what would you call it? Because I don't know if it's a modern marriage. I don't know what it is, but
I
there has
mean, I think
to be another path.
I think nowadays we need to evolve from what we were taught, like marriage is, important, because marriage really isn't important if you don't have a connection. And I think if you're going to talk about marriage, then there should be a clause where you guys should be able to say that, hey, if this ain't popping in 3 to 5 years, we can have an exit strategy. Yeah, I think so. At that point, I mean, if you're going to say I do, you should be able to give the person an opportunity to say, look, I ain't happy with your ass no more. I'm not going to be miserable another 20 years. So there's this option clause in our marriage contract, or there's this option clause in our, an agreement that we sign together, that if in 3 to 5 years that we don't feel the same because you didn't want to evolve and I am evolving, I have the right to say, hey, this isn't working, and we can go without no hard feelings. And it should be like that. But the problem is that we look at people as possession. You can't look at a person's possession. And that's one thing that the church teaches. Oh, that's your wife and she takes on your last name. And that's where the man makes a mistake. Even though she might take on my last name, she still has a personality. She still is a person. She still has wants, needs, and desires. So it's not my job to treat her as a trophy or an object. It's my job to treat her as my partner.
That's right, Omar. I absolutely love that. Listen, some of the things that I teach some of my couples at our marriage boot camps, and this is something that I do for myself. When I'm dating a guy, I have 4 marriages before I marry him. 4. So the first wedding that we'll have, and I'll have a serious ceremony. I'm gonna have a dress. He gonna have whatever the hell he got. We're gonna have a honeymoon, and I'm gonna marry him in the spirit. And then that next year, because I decided that after that last tumultuous relationship, I was going to take things slow. So I'll marry you in the spirit first. Okay. And then if you make it to that next year, I'm going to marry you in the emotions. Okay. And this is how I like to go slow, because if a marriage is going to last a while, you can maybe want to marry me in month 3, but because marriage is easy to get into, but that thing ain't as easy to get out of. So I'm going to take my time.
That ain't why you go slow.
Well, that's why I go slow. Okay. Now,
you love hard. You
know
love
what?
deep.
Don't tell me that, Omar. Don't be exposing my brother-in-law.
Hold on, wait. I'm sorry. We know each other. We kindred like that. I'm Cancer too, so we know this. I love hard and I love deep too. So I get where you're coming from. You have to take people on stages because not everybody's ready for the love that you're ready to give.
Right, Omar. So I married them 3 times before I married them the 1 time. That's what I do, because I need to know, first of all, I want to be able to have the opportunity to see you at your default position. And I don't feel like I really know a person until I know how they fight. That's me. I am not marrying you and we ain't fell out and fought. Because I need to know how you punch and how you kick and how you scratch. So I need to know all of that information. I do, Omar. Seriously.
You know how we are when we fight, though. We don't fight fair.
No. Omar, I be wanting to know all of I want to know all of their buttons. Yeah. I want to know all of them.
Yeah,
all of them.
Yeah, because we petty. We do shit.
Oh, you know what, Omar? That's why I love you, because I can be petty in front of you. Because listen, I'm not proud. Yes, I am. I am proud of it. Listen, I am proud of it. Because the last man that thought that he was gonna come and let me build him and then try to give my fruit to another woman. Oh, baby, I blew up his world. And I taught him. And I said, you know what? I did this because I love you. I need to teach you this last lesson. Because God giveth and God taketh away. Now, I ain't right for that. I ain't saying I'm right, but listen, love me as I am. I cannot be an angel all day. Sometimes you're going to have to accept this demon too. You're going to have to accept that. And Omar, when I'm sitting up here talking to you, you know what I love about you?
What's that?
This is what I love most about you. that you are not afraid of a woman's darkness.
No, it can't be.
You
You
can't
got
be.
as a man, you have to exhibit so much light and positivity that her darkness has no effect on you.
Yes.
And you get, but the main thing is, like you said, you got to be able to understand the nature of that darkness. And if you can't brighten that darkness or talk to that darkness and calm that beast down, then you don't need to be with that woman.
And
Just
here's the thing. Men, I have found, have tried to conquer or slay that beast. And what I have found is that that beast in me is the same beast you want in the bedroom. So you definitely don't want to slay it and kill it.
yeah, and that's what most men do during marriage. That's what you do. You actually domesticate the animal, the beast within that woman, and so you really only get, a couple
Duty
positions.
booty.
Missionary and maybe doggy. Not when reality, she probably could ride you to the moon, fall off. She probably cowgirl your ass a few times. She probably tie you to the bed and do some shit to you, to make your toes curl when you be ready to kind of kill a nigga if he look at her sideways. But because you're treating her like an object and not an obsession, that's why you have the issues that you.
Ooh, wait, brother-in-law, hold up. Did you just say, hold up? Did y'all hear what Omar just said? Omar just said she don't want to fuck you because you treating her like an object instead of an. I can't even get it out of my damn mouth because it didn't floored me. Say it again, Omar, because I like when you say it.
Treating it like instead of treating it like an obsession, you're treating it like an object.
You know what? I've been telling these men that women are worthy to be obsessed over.
Mm-hmm.
I think, personally, Omar, I think that I am a temple. I really do. And if you want to come up into this, you have to understand. You got to worship. You have to worship.
Well,
do.
That's natural, but I don't understand. But see, you have to fault the women that are out here that don't realize that a man needs to worship them. That's why I say you got trash, trophy, and treasure. And if you don't know which one you got, you're gonna worship the trash and take shit on the trophy, on the treasure. And that's the way it's supposed to be. You have to, as a man, you're supposed to know what's in front of you, and you should know
how does a man
that.
tell the difference, Omar? Because it seems like they don't know the difference.
They don't. I'm gonna be honest.
Why they don't know?
Why you think? You got movies that be watching. You got guys whispering in their ear that don't have no fucking experience. And then, of course, you have a lot of women before them that told them that they was the best thing since sliced bread, even though they wasn't about shit. So they don't know whether they're looking at a woman or not. They don't know if they're looking at a goddess or, somebody who's trying to trick them out some money and, a free meal. They don't know. They don't have a clue because guess what? They don't have enough gumption to go within themselves and find out who they are. Because when you find out who you are, you begin to put up boundaries. You begin to tolerate certain things because you're rising and ascending as a person, and all your energy and all your love and all your time is not meant for everybody. In other words, I would say your money, your energy, your attention, and your time, your meat does not go to everybody.
Omar just said, you guys, he said your money, your time, and your attention, your meat does not go to everybody. Listen, y'all need to put that on a damn bumper sticker and give it to some men. Like, because I don't think that that memo they didn't get. That memo they didn't get. Okay, so let me just do a breakdown of some of these nuggets that Omar has dropped. And if you like some of the things that Omar has said, I need you to hit 111, like, because we need to know, because like we could be in our bedrooms doing some different things. This is my brother-in-law. He could be doing some things. It's a lot of stuff that could be going on right here, but we trying to give you guys the information that you guys need. So I'm gonna need you to hit 111 if you feel like, because I see y'all watching us. Hit it 111 so we can know that we can come back on next Thursday. Okay, we need to know that. Okay, we're gonna be on here Thursday. What time? Because I don't do time, Omar. What time we gonna be on?
8:30 Central Time, 7:30 Pacific Time, right?
I think you fucked up the time again. I'm not no, Arizona don't have no timeline. So it's 7:30 CST.
Okay, 7:30 CST.
Yes.
Yes. So yeah.
No, it's not. It's 8:30 CST. You are on CST.
Yeah, I'm on CST. So 8:30 CST.
8:30 CST, you guys. So every Thursday at 8:30 CST. And if you guys have some questions that you want Omar to answer, why don't you guys just go ahead and post it in the sanctuary? The sanctuary for the sacred.
Next Thursday is Thanksgiving.
It's Thursday's next. It's Thanksgiving.
It's thought about next Thursday is Thanksgiving. Yeah.
You know what? I did not know that.
And then we can do it on Wednesday night.
You want to do it on? Well, I teach on Wednesday night. Omar,
well,
you want to do it right afterwards? We can do it right afterwards.
We can do it afterwards.
Okay, we can do it afterwards. Okay, so next Wednesday night we're going to be doing this. You want to do it at the same time, 8:30?
Yeah, works for me.
Let's do it 9.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, let's do it 9. Okay, so we'll be on 9 o'clock CST next Wednesday. But if you guys want to like ask Omar personal questions, just make a post within the sanctuary and say, have the question and put ask Omar, and then we'll go ahead and answer that question on the live if that makes sense. Okay. Now, if you
And
guys
tell
want
them,
to
ask some real questions. Tell them like, you know, questions that they really want to know. Like, you know, because I know I've heard some, you know, questions on some of these, you know, guys who call themselves gurus. Yeah, that shit you should do. That shit you should be figure out in the shower.
Listen, just put the question in my inbox and I'll make sure that it gets to Omar. You don't have to post it up there. Just put it in the inbox, my inbox, and I will make sure that it gets to Omar, okay? But if you guys want to see us or be in our family, listen, all you have to do is put a post in the sanctuary and say golden ticket, please, and we will give you access codes to our Zoom, and you can join us Wednesday nights at 7:30 p.m. CST every Wednesday night, okay? That is our classroom. That is where we teach. That is where we grow together. And that is where we love together. And other than that, we feel complete. Omar, is there something that you want to say before we get? Oh, somebody said something. Hold on. No, 7 goes live at 9 on Wednesdays. People know I don't understand time. They know goddamn well I don't understand time. Let's do it on Tuesday. How about that? Is Tuesday work good for you, Omar?
Tuesday should be okay.
Okay. Tuesdays at the same time, 8:30?
Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect.
We'll come on Tuesday so y'all can have a happy Turkey Day, a happy Thanksgiving, and Sunshine and 7 can be live at 9 on Wednesdays. Okay. We absolutely love you guys. Oh, Sarah says she want a golden ticket. Sarah, you gonna get that goddamn golden ticket. Do you hear me, girl? Now I need you to go ahead and post it in the sanctuary, Sarah. Go ahead and do that for me so our admins can give you that information. We absolutely love you guys and we want to bid you adieu. Okay. Bye-bye, guys.